Bayonetta 1 and 2 are awesome action games. That is hopefully old news to some of you, but there are people who have never touched these games. Take one look at Bayonetta 2 on Wii U, and you will see the limited group that played it. Now, these wonderful experiences are coming to Nintendo's new hybrid console. This will allow you to take the action with you anywhere, and ensuring that new elements really stand out. Let us first hop into the original Bayonetta. The non-stop action climax game is back and will push you to do the best combos possible. Bayonetta remains a relentless video game, particularly when you compare it to its sequel. The fight sees you taking on various angels, and even the slightest error can be extremely fatal. The many quicktime events are a good case in point, as failing them means a brutal death. You will learn while you play, and by the end, you are expected to wield this game properly in order to advance. Bayonetta won't be for everyone, but luckily there are tools to make its goals approachable. All the features from the Wii U version are here, which includes the various Nintendo costumes. As was the case with the Wii U game, these are unlocked from the get-go. The Umbra Witch will be able to cosplay as Peach, Daisy, Samus and Link, and she still looks fantastic. It remains an utter joy to scrounge with the Samus visor during the cutscenes, which adds silliness to the proceedings. They all come with a rich amount of sound effects as well, and that simply adds to the charm. The major difference with the original Bayonetta on Switch is performance. The game on Wii U had some odd framerate dips, which gave me pause now and again. It would decide to chug at weird intervals, which annoyed me more than the regular dips on Xbox 360. On the new system, it runs smooth without any odd faults. This is more on par with the smoothness on PC, which can only be considered a big plus. Next to this, it looks marginally better than the Wii U release, which had the feeling of Vaseline being smeared all across the screen. Now don't get me wrong, the texture work still feels old, but it's all much grander to look at. The touchscreen controls make a comeback in both games, and this time they got more time in the oven. On the Wii U, they were a clunky option that wasn't really fun for the beginner. Due to the nature of the game, these controls instantly show the problems of the Wii U gamepad. You couldn't have multiple fingers, various gestures, or get anything done at a decent pace. Platinum Games saw fit to improve on the groundwork and make it more usable in both games. Naturally, I do still prefer using a controller, but it's nice to have choice. You can press and hold to move Bayonetta in a certain direction, attack by tapping on the opponent in question, and quickly go for the menus by pressing the options you need. For those in a hurry, this can be beneficial if you play it on the go. Things become a lot more interesting with Bayonetta 2. Naturally, this game was a tighter package than its first installment from the get-go. There were all kinds of weapons that you could equip on both your arms and feet, levels featured bolder design choices, and controlling Bayonetta felt smoother. It still remains the finest selection of action game levels that I've witnessed, and that's saying a lot. The game was also far more forgiving in its requirements for the best ranks. The best part about Bayonetta 2, however, is that you simply have more time to act. This in turn made it fun to replay levels and try to become a better player. As far as additional content goes, there are some significant changes found in Bayonetta 2. The big one is that all the costumes, Nintendo or otherwise, can be unlocked with Amiibo. As soon as you enter the Gates of Hell bar, you can put in Amiibo 32 times a day, allowing you to rank up items or get more halos. While that is pretty broken, most of you will come here to quickly unlock those costumes. The compatible Amiibo are Samus, Fox, Link, Peach, Daisy, and both of the Bayonetta Smash Amiibo. With those last two, you will unlock additional sets like the classic and dress outfits without paying a dime for them. When you unlock the costumes, a fun message will play that puts light behind what you unlocked. It is a really neat touch. While this destroys some of the rewards for your hard work, it does make costume only ones a fun new thing. I found myself putting on Samus Aran's armor and ducking into a morph ball form. This doesn't only look cool, but it has features and nods galore. It makes the traditional Metroid sounds, and it comes with a fully working arm cannon, and the ability to drop bombs by double jumping in ball form. The Samus speedruns for Bayonetta 2 will be a thing of beauty. Sadly, the Umber Crows are now completely useless in my humble opinion. They were previously used to unlock Miiverse stamps, which is obviously no longer a thing. The developers could have added an ability or two here for the in-game store, but they are now purely a collectible. Just like the original Bayonetta, the performance has seen improvements over the Wii U original. The textures look nice and sharp, and the action is all sorts of flashy. Bayonetta 2 had a couple of slow down moments in the original release. but those seem to have fully disappeared here. The optimal performance translates very nicely to the handheld mode, where it is an utter joy to play. I was a bit worried that the button layout would throw me for a loop, but the problems disappear rather quickly. Overall though, it is just incredibly impressive how the action remains so fun on the go. If you ever thought about playing Bayonetta 1 and 2, you should do so now. The updated versions are the best out there and naturally can be taken with you anywhere. The games have some nitpicks, but they can be forgiven in the grand scheme of things. The boldness of its concepts, level design and presentation are all things to be admired. Why not hop in and embrace the darkness of the Umbra clan? I love these games a lot, like a lot. Even though it is my 5th run through both, I still get excited by the flashy action. Now the task remains to wait for Bayonetta 3 and hope that it can fill the void I now feel. Thank you for watching. Be sure to subscribe to GameXplain for more on Bayonetta and other things gaming. See you later, bye bye.